Today, on my quest to discover all the intricate paths and memories we can find here, come along quite nicely. Let's say, yeah, we picked up the Wraith last time. Terrifying. We also went into the pit. Our hints here: set your demons loose upon the world, so if you let her escape, get memory. Seems like those are the two paths we have in the Wraith here. Either just give it an escape, or we'll see what happens here. Get her to break her own chains. This is the matter where we willingly free her and fight back long enough. Fight against the narrator long enough for her to kill us. I think that's where we want to go. I think that's our goal for today, because, yeah, we missed a lot in the prisoner. Because we actually just locked ourselves in with her and brought her to Shifting Mound. I think our target for today is to get back there. First, everything goes dark and you die. Yep, we brought the Wraith to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I hope this format has been somewhat appealing. Just sort of structuring every video as one playthrough, start to finish.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I know I'm going to hit a point where I can't really keep that up anymore, but it's kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress.
Seamstresses contribute something of value to society. I consider the only reason that she's going to end the world is because she's locked up.
I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Ah, yes,
And before you decide to waste even more of our time
prisoner's
asking
paradox.
how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Right, of course.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Well, it seems like a bad egg, then.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Fine.
You make your way up the
Oh, shoot. You'll find the princess within.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Right.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Don't worry, hero. This time we're going to save her.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
We cautiously continue on.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Curious why the mirror only starts appearing on subsequent loops. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Don't mind if I do.
Take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the
princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
It's been a while since I've seen the skeptic, I think.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Oh, don't you know
Don't let
it?
it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good.
Let's continue down the
You're
stairs.
still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Duh. I still have these answers. Oh, okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're
Right.
hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you
Nothing
there's
wrong
no
here.
reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Right? You're telling me. Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
Told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
Sure is. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
When she gives you that look.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
What is your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
I do like how the innocent princess genuinely realizes that she doesn't know anymore. The skeptic just covers it up with bluster. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
More questions.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Get me out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
And then she smiles.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I love that. It's less, I feel like I've said this countless times right now, but it's less haughty and more hedgehog style. Prickly as a defense mechanism. A stranger with a knife comes down to greet you. Same princess at the core.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't one, do you have any ideas besides me getting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Yeah.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance.
It's just an
We were
arm.
stuck down here for long enough. I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the
Walked away
stairs
from you, Hero.
slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Try the door.
But it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
This is the point where the knife just magically respawns down here. Fine.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it.
Ooh, that's still
Before you're
unsettling.
able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
That is still unsettling.
She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Let's go.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Let's...
As the
Yep.
princess approaches the bottom stair,
Here we
your
go.
body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Oh no.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
No.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you
That's a good
collapse to
shot.
the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
That should have been the tagline memory for the prisoner. That shot, looking up at her like that, went hard as hell. Okay, good. Rack.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Let's go, Skeptic.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Alright, give this. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess.
Right.
You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
Oh, don't gaslight us.
Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything just like I told you she would? What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
Right.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here.
Funny how
We are.
Hey, shush. Talking here. Funny how the narrator sort of gives up on the whole gaslighting style when it's revealed that the princess also remembers.
You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
Let's talk
Just be
about her.
quick about it.
Ah, yes. The reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. All she did was slit my throat. It was very clean.
Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll
Was
just
very
have to trust
merciful.
that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right?
Oh, is this where you get the very important proof?
What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets.
Fine.
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front.
Thank you, narrator.
Within, you find a note in your handwriting It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth." That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side. You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to? Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Right, let's go.
Great. Now,
Let's
if you
go.
don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Alright, let's go.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
I forgot about that.
No, I didn't. Wink.
Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
I don't think we took the knife last time. When we were here.
The interior of the cabin
We're going
is
to this
less
time.
a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Let's just go. Poof. It just blinks out of existence.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If
the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the
Yeah.
stairs and lock eyes with the
She
princess.
angy.
She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. So much for cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
Right?
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless. That was there last time too, wasn't it?
It was, technically.
It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
We can leave. That's a route worth exploring. We'll sit.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's
Sorted.
reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
We will be obedient.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
We've been here before. Might be anyone who remembers that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Okay, I was just checking, but thank you for
Yes, what you said
confirming.
about Woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things. How, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles. I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle.
Ah, I forgot about this from last time we were here, too. He does a pretty convincing sell job that, when you start over on chapter 2, he's convinced. He does a pretty good job in most cases of convincing us that he's just his own timeline's narrator, and we just shifted into his timeline. And the fact that we've shifted into his timeline means that we've doomed the original. But of course, this is all a grand part of, in its own little pocket expanse, long quiet. But is this the time when he just straight up gives up the ghost? Says, I know you fucked up the first time, so we just restarted. Pretending that it's a fresh save. Whatnot. Is this the first time he really gives up the ghost like that, isn't he?
Maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted
Maybe
by
not.
the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Gosh dang it, narrator. We just spared you a tiny dose of empathy.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, I won't. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Just having a little internal argument. I was asking about my intentions earlier. What did you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you
Curious
could just
thought.
be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
How am I supposed to cut you out? If you notice, your head is in a shackle too.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't. Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Fair enough.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world, and she might use it to kill you.
In order of
That
importance.
doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
What happened after I died?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
So we can cut her out, leave her, or slay. Naturally, right? Let's cut her. Let's give her the
Slide
knife.
it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't...
Oh, shit. Rewinding a moment, I want to see what happens if we leave.
Oh, you
Bye.
bastard. You'll regret this.
The door locked behind us the last time we tried that, remember?
As if by
Uh-oh.
divine will, just as you finish the thought, you hear a door slam. I'm afraid you won't be leaving until the task is finished. It doesn't matter how many chains she's in, without your intervention, she'll find a way out eventually. That's not fair. Unless you deal with her right here, right now, she will remain an existential threat to the entire world. What seems unfair to you is fair for everyone else.
Huh. So it's not even safe to think. I see how it is.
I told you that you'd regret saying that, but I didn't think you'd regret it so fast, and with so little effort on my part.
That was
Now let's
powerful.
get back together.
Hey, let me out here. Open the
You have
door.
everything you need to deal with her and save the world. I'm sure the door will open as soon as you finish your incredibly important task. Doesn't sound like we'll be able to talk him into letting us leave.
Yeah, not a chance. He's single-minded about this. But don't worry. There are plenty of things that aren't in his control.
Oh? For instance...
Us. Her. But mostly us. If he didn't have his limits, we wouldn't be here. Not like this.
See if this changes anything. Alright.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Oh, you've already tried to take over, buddy.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you
That's
got your
healthy.
point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls
What?
up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word.
Oh dear.
She cuts into her own neck.
No.
Oh dear. Ah.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck.
Unsettling.
I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
That's what you should be asking.
That's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet.
Finally,
Ooh.
you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink.
What you wink at me?
Her head
Uh-oh.
twists slowly
Oh
to the
dear.
side,
Oh.
flopping to her
Oh, I hate...
shoulder,
Oh.
and
Oh.
her neck opens.
Oh.
The remaining
Oh.
tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet.
Oh. Oh.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
Oh, yay.
The
Oh, yeah,
princess's
yay.
eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Don't you sound cheerful at a time like this?
So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Can't we move so you don't have to see
Look,
this?
I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason.
You're just
shit.
wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
Let's see what goes where.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here.
The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door.
Open the door, accept your reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward?
But my reward.
This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it. Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Bliss.
Hell it is.
I don't know, pretty okay with this.
So glad you're keeping an open mind. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You You've never been happier.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy. I want my reward.
That's great. Congratulations. You've earned it. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning.
He's just saying things.
The voice's protestations fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Yeah, good ending. We saved everyone.
No, you stop that. Stop all this nonsense.
You really don't want to be happy, do you?
We still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
Well, I mean... I like being happy. Really, take that away from me?
Wasn't real happiness. The truth is still out there for us to find, but we can't find it here.
I'm glad to have you here. Is there really another way?
If it makes it easier for you, I can do it. Let me have it. Alright. I'll make this quick.
You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Yes, actually.
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
I don't have to answer that.
That's all we needed to hear.
Yeah, fine. The little voice raises the pristine blade to your throat and cuts it open. You rapidly bleed out and then you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
The cage.
You're on a path in the woods. See? All done. That wasn't so bad, was it, buddy? But it was so bad.
Yeah.
I
Hello, Broken.
like dying. I don't like being cold and alone in the dark. I don't think anybody likes dying, but hey, at least it's over. We got better. And now we can move on. Things will work out this time. I know it.
Oh, don't coddle him. For all we know, we'll have to die hundreds of times to get to the bottom of things. Maybe even thousands. He needs to toughen up.
Toughen up? You're both freaks. I'm having a rational reaction to what just happened. I'm normal. A normal person gets traumatized from dying. And from watching someone cut her own head off.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That is a thing that happened.
Did you say thousands? How can it possibly take us thousands of lives to find a way out of it?
Obviously, we need a large sample size in order to figure out our optimal plan. We need statistical significance.
I'll have you know
Fair
that
enough.
my reality is not a data point in your misguided attempt at an experiment. You've clearly already been here before, and judging by how deranged you all are, you've already been here more than once. I'll spare you my full introduction, but I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities. Not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
Oh, the irony of this conversation. Should we talk about how we still have the blade? We never started with the blade before.
I hadn't actually noticed.
Right?
Holding it's starting to feel natural, isn't it?
I suppose we We did take the blade both times, so that
Holding
kind of makes
weapons
sense.
feels so natural. It's proof that we're being guided by an unfeeling lunatic. We need to try talking to her.
Oh, should we talk about our feelings? That'll get us nowhere. Trust me. They're too easy for her to manipulate, too illogical. We can't puzzle our way out of things if we listen to our heart.
I don't think I even need to comment on that. What a sorry, sorry voice you are.
This is strange. You're not supposed to start with the blade. It says right here that you're supposed to find it at the cabin.
Yeah.
Oh well, I suppose that doesn't make much sense anyway. It's better if you start with a weapon, so this is probably for the best.
Just rolling with the punches, alright. She died last time. The way you decided to thank us was by locking us away in the happiness void forever.
I didn't mishear you earlier. That doesn't make any sense, though. She's not supposed to be suicidal.
I mean...
More importantly, if she did cut her own head off, why are you here? You shouldn't have died. You should be enjoying your reward.
So you know about the reward.
We weren't satisfied with your happy little prison.
But it has happy right there in the name. It wasn't actually very happy. Well, what's done is done and you're here now. There's no use arguing. Just get to the cabin and settle this. Try not to kill yourself this time.
I'm done with this. Bye. Oh, we could toss it. Ooh. We're up it through. Let's go see this through. Let's go see her.
You stand at the edge of a cliff.
Oh, hey, there's the
An
cabin.
abyss yawns beneath you, empty and endless. The only path forward, a rusted metal bridge. The cabin looms on its far side. I think you already know what waits for you within.
It's dreary, but of course it is. We're dreary, and so is she.
There's nothing to find out here. Time to check in with the missus.
I'm going to pretend you didn't just call her that.
A figure of speech.
Every surface
Whoa.
of the cabin is draped in chains, the air
Eerie.
filled with the mock birdsong of metallic clinks. Where there should be walls, you can see only endless ropes of metal, with hooks dangling from their ends. A fitting cage for a monster destined to end the world. There's nothing for you to do but step forward into the basement. You already have your weapon. Your objective awaits. And how are we supposed to get to the basement? I don't see a way down.
Also a fun
All I see is a mirror.
Also fun rattle is what's behind the mirror?
What mirror? There is no mirror. The only thing of note here is the door to the basement.
It doesn't matter. What are we going to do, look at ourselves? I've had enough introspection. I want to see someone else. I want to see her.
Alright, let's go.
It does matter. It's obviously important. It has to be. Otherwise it wouldn't be here.
I'm not going to waste time arguing with you. Just get to the basement, okay? The door's on the other side of the room. Then, I guess there's nowhere for us to go but forward.
Let's go.
You step out onto the floor, or what should have been a floor.
All chains.
Should have been?
No thoughts, head chains.
Yes, unfortunately. You realise too late that there is no floor beneath the metal. There is only a loose web of chains suspended over some unseen space. An unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through.
She's bringing us back to her.
Oh, here we go.
Or we just happened to fall through an unstable floor. She's a prisoner here. How much agency do you think she has?
Here we go.
More than you'd like, I'm sure.
Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as rusty chains pull taut against your skin, their hooks digging into your muscle.
Read to me. Alright, what's waiting for us down here?
You find yourself suspended in what appears to be a vast, dark space. The
Oh,
grating of yet more chains
Oh dear.
really hinting at its full dimensions. You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor. If the princess lives here,
slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Thank you for dropping that in here, narrator.
As your eyes adjust to your new surroundings, you make out a figure standing in the gloom.
That caught me off
obscured by
guard.
shadow. She watches you with the stillness of the grave.
Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
Wait for her to make the first move.
The princess takes a slow step forward. As she does so, the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you. As your vision comes back into focus, your eyes fall on the body of the princess.
Oh, headless.
Finally emerged from the shadows. The body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person.
Right?
It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage.
Oh.
The head stares up at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
So much for talking it out. Doesn't seem like she's too interested, does it?
She's a rather dangerous one.
We still have that blade. Maybe there's something we can do to get out of this.
What good would it do us? We should have gotten rid of it. She'll never trust us now. Not after everything we've done.
I think that ship's kind of sailed. What happened to you?
Nothing happened. I think I've always been like this. Outside of everything. A helpless observer to the things that are done to me. The only difference is that my eyes are finally open.
The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know? I'm just a set of eyes and ears. I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
The poor thing. She thinks it's easier to be detached. But buried pain is still pain, whether she knows it or not.
This was all doomed from the start, wasn't it?
I really did just give you my weapon twice. I kind of want to see what happens, because, like, this is technically the truth.
And when the time comes, you'll give it to me again. And then she'll do something horrible with it. I wonder what it'll be this time. Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
You come to me, knife in hand.
The body steps forward. The pressure on your limbs is becoming unbearable.
You give me your implement.
The pressure is finally too much. Your fist unfolds as your joints swell with trapped blood, and your pristine blade tumbles helplessly to the ground.
I cut myself free.
Free in
She's
air
right.
quotes.
We're trapped in a cycle, and I think it's too late for us to get out.
Hmm. Us choosing the same moves that we play isn't an indictment of anyone's free will. Just how things happen to play out. I could have thrown away that knife in the woods if I wanted to. I chose to come here with it.
Just because you refuse to see the walls doesn't mean they aren't there. Give in with me. It's so much easier to let the world happen to you.
She
Uh-oh.
steps forward yet again, and the chains dig into you, your nerves screaming, your heart pounding, your lungs desperate for air. I don't think we can hold on to you much longer.
I think we're about to break.
This is all getting so predictable, isn't it? Pop.
Oh dear. You're falling. The world is spinning. Then you hit the ground, your body light in a way that is sickeningly wrong, and roll to a stop. A sound of rattling chains and a heavy thud as the rest of what was once you falls to the ground somewhere nearby. You are unable to take action, unable to defend yourself, unable to even look around as the princess's body steps towards you, one slow, rhythmic step after another. Steps down to pick you up, and then a shadow rises behind the body, blade glinting.
And now, the cut.
Oh! It strikes, and it strikes true, and the body drops its cage in pain. They descend on each other in a maelstrom of chains and hooks and feathers and blood, fighting their way deeper into the shadows until all you're left to witness are the sounds of violence.
See? You only ever thought you were in control. Isn't it so much nicer to let go?
Did the chain just, forcibly detach us? Like, you can't see the cursor right now, but we're in the full shadow cursor mode here. It's almost like the chains pulled us out of our flesh puppet. What are we supposed to do now?
We watch. Just like we've been doing since the beginning.
And so you and the princess watch as your bodies weave in and out of the shadows, performing their lethal dance.
Look at us go. Aren't we beautiful?
Movement is gorgeous, primal, uninhibited, steel crashing against steel and flesh rolling off of flesh.
It's all going to come to a head soon. Head.
Ba-dum-tsh. And at last, the climax plays out. Your body, wreathed in chains and shadows, makes its final move, but so does hers. Chain spatters spine, shatters spine, and blade pierces heart.
I guess I'll see you next time.
Both hers and yours collapse, their dance complete. Blood drips from the princess's mouth, and she coughs.
It's cold. But that's always been us, hasn't it? Cold isn't bad.
Wow, that's a lot to think about. You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns. No exit. Oh yeah, the other voices were ripped away, so it's just us. You approach the mirror. Gaze. You've withered. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
What do you think this vessel?
This one is a body that convinced herself she was only a set of eyes. She will make for a watchful heart. Do not mourn her. She is now what she wished that she could be.
Right.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets.
I think this is our third of this cycle?
My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to contemplate the gifts you bring me.
I think I know what I want to strive for next. There's also something else I want to... I heard something about, but we can't do that until we start a fresh cycle. So let's go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die.